internet. So yeah, we're just gonna make sure things are working, and then we will get to the podcast. Just give us a couple seconds here. Oh, looks like it's working. Cool.
Yay!
Alrighty, so just give us a couple seconds here to sync this up, and then we will be starting. Let's see, where's the time at? Okay. In 4, 3, 2. Hello, everybody out there in the internet. Welcome to Aimless Babble Z episode 261.
Two.
262.
I
Yeah.
was just like checking that before you do.
I'm Taking Master, joined by.
RPG Maniac 05.
And Trioptical.
So yeah, we've got some which been playing, other stuff maybe. I don't know. We'll see. And yeah. Oh wait, that's right. Weekly Destiny stuff. I feel refreshed because I was like after the whole hard mode meltdown on Crota, I was like, dude. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But then it's like I think I'm just like refocus on stuff and maybe go back to at least doing the daily missions. I don't know, but that was refreshing to finish it and then feel accomplished again and not beat down and failure like the last 2 weeks.
I guess it was a pretty intense, like spectacular finish. Because
I hate how it is said to like he will enrage when he gets a certain health. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's just stupid.
well, I think what happened, it looked like he enraged because of that, and then the timer kicked in, and then so we also saw the message "enrage is near" after he enraged, and then he enraged, like based on the timer. Like,
There was
I
like
don't-
multiple
I don't know
enrages
what's
going
happening. Yeah.
on. It's like, just shoot.
Yeah. I died at the very last moment because it was stupid. A thrall grabbed me through the window, and I forgot that I wouldn't regen health, so I didn't do anything. Like, he hit me once, and I just stepped forward a bit and turned around and looked. Like, oh, you can't hit me anymore, ha! And then I saw Crota coming over during the sword run, and he fired at me. It's like, all right, I should move out of the way, and I got hit by one, and I died. It's like, oh no, Oversoul appears. It's like, oh, and Rage. It's like, well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's like, oh no, is this? And yes, it could have gone either way, and it went the way we wanted.
But thankfully, we finally beat it, so now we never have to play hard mode again.
I'm kind of sad actually. I to get to level 32, I sharded my raid bracers,
Mhm.
and so I didn't have to wait for the upcoming week to get 4 more shards to upgrade my chest plate, I think it was. But then I thought, you know what? We've played Vault of Glass so many times. There's no reason to assume that we won't be doing the same with Crota's End. And the drops have been fairly generous. Like, compared to the past, the drops have been pretty generous. And I thought, okay, I'll probably get another set of bracers, and then I level those up, and then I can dress up in the cool, like, totally spiky look that I was doing before, covered in, the blood of my enemies and their skin, of course. And I haven't got any yet, so it makes me sad.
Dun dun dun.
I also want to see a 4 horseman. Wait, so what's the thing? There's that common weapon that drops. It's like Husk of the Pit, was it?
Yeah,
Mhm.
What is that?
it turns into idol
It's
and ally. and
it's
that's
kind
how
of
you
like
get
an
the,
exotic
the
bounty
necrochasm.
in weapon form.
Yeah.
Oh, how do you activate the bounty?
You get it from, I guess it's like a random draw from the Blades of Crota,
Yeah, Blades
and
of
then
Crota
you have to kill
like
500 thralls
draw-
with the Husk
I
of
think
the
it's just
Pit, and then
500 hive enemies. I don't
or
think it's,
Hive, yeah.
Mhm.
I killed 500 enemies, thralls, whatever. But it's like you kill 500 of them, and then you get some item from Eris
Yeah.
and it like turns it into the idol and
one
ally,
of the orb things, like
and then
emulsion orb or whatever.
and then that one you
Mm,
level up like a regular gun, but then you need to get the crux of Crota from beating Crota on hard, and then once you
hmm.
put it in the last slot, it apparently gives you a fully upgraded Necrochasm when it evolves again or something,
Huh.
which is the raid exotic.
Interesting.
But I hear it's terrible, so
It
it's
sounds
kind of
really
like
hard.
all that work, all that work for nothing.
Yeah, it's not hard. It's just
Well,
a lot of killing.
in what way is it terrible? Like, did they
Well, for
say?
well, if well, going based off of the stats that the Eidolon ally has, because mine I have a fully
Mhm,
upgraded one, and it has like the spread of the bullets is like all over the place.
mhm.
It has like almost non-existent impact, so
Okay,
actually killing things with it is kind
pretty
of like
typical.
difficult. So it's just like
What's its
it's
strength then?
um
Just like rate of fire?
it exists. That's about as much strength as you get from it. I think, yeah, I mean, it does. It holds like a massive amount of bullets, but that's probably because of its pathetic impact. So you need a massive amount of bullets because I think the gun I get like 780 bullets in the mag
Uh-huh.
reserve clip thing. So it's a lot of bullets, but you'll be running through them very quickly because
Is
it does not kill things very easily.
so it's kind of like Atheon's epilogue.
It's more or less the arc version of that once it gets fully upgraded. So
Uh,
yeah,
does seem well, and then so the exotic version of it when it's fully upgraded is different. Is it?
yes. Well, it has an element once it's exotic because
Oh, so when it's not,
it's
then
just
it's just
kinetic.
like a regular one. Oh,
It's arc once it's actually an exotic, and I think like its special ability is that if you kill things with precision shots, it blows up like a cursed thrall. But
ooh.
that would be easier said than done because, like I said, the spread is all over the place, and you would need a lot of bullets. So it is not really all that great of an
Did you ever
exotic.
play as Gage, the Necromancer in Borderlands 2?
I have not yet.
Okay. The because one of her skills was anarchy, and so for every time you got a kill, you got one stack of anarchy. And I think each stack gave you plus 2% damage, but it also was like minus 2% accuracy. So
Mm.
you'd have these, usually super accurate guns. The crosshairs in the middle are pretty close together, so like the spread is really tiny. And as this increased, like I think you get up to 400 stacks. It would just be, you look at it like basically my bullet will hit somewhere on the screen, and I have no idea
Yes,
where. But if it
yeah.
does hit them, it will do 400 or like 800% damage.
Ah. Hmm.
I guess this is not that
It
powerful,
it is not that
but it has
powerful.
that kind of spread.
Pretty much, yes. So
Hmm.
yeah,
I've noticed that actually about the expansion guns. They're all like, I guess they're quirky. The guns seem sort of balanced for multiple different situations before the Dark Below. The Dark Below guns are like, it's a shotgun. It's super powerful, but it has basically no range. Or yeah, this gun's like you can't really hit anything with it, but it shoots really fast. Or No Land Beyond is like it has super range, but it's really hard to use. It's like there's all these weird weapons for the expansion.
mm,
Guess that's how you
some
mix it up.
I guess, but I mean that makes a lot of the weapons kind of like disappointments because outside of Black Hammer, I pretty much don't use any of the expansion weapons. So it's like, well,
Mm.
that's kind of just they're just there.
I guess it would be nice to know how they're going to handle when they're fully upgraded before you go into the effort of fully upgrading them.
Yeah, especially since you need like the new currency to upgrade most of them.
Mm.
So it's like,
Because Black Hammer, at one point, before you get the reduced recoil, it is impossible to get the 3 precision shots. It's like the recoil is so great that it takes
Yeah,
longer than the combo timer to get it back on the head.
that's why I didn't like it before. Is I had the wrong perk on it. I had like fast reload because I prefer to just reload a gun instantly when I'm done with it.
you're doing it all wrong.
Not
That gun doesn't
realizing
need a
that,
full
that,
reload
that
when it's just the infinite ammo thing.
that
It's like, you don't need
three
it.
headshot thing would negate that because I could just keep shooting. And then like it doesn't even like trigger a reload animation. It just keeps your 3 bullets in the chamber. So that's
They just
cool.
appear.
And it has like no recoil what you have the right stuff on. So it's like you and Gamer like to play things wrong. I noticed that because even like his character,
RPG,
like
you could still miss and then eventually run out of ammo anyway.
yeah, if you suck, I mean, the gun is pretty much made for you not to do that. I mean, I can get the precision hits on a moving Valis Tahar, and his head is like tiny, so it's like it's like made for you to be able to do that.
I don't prefer to try, so it's like I just have my icebreaker constantly regenerating ammo.
Icebreaker is worthless compared.
No, because like you get,
I have an
the
icebreaker, so-
combustible enemies, and it's completely helpful in the raid when you have thralls and they're just like, "Ah," and then you just blow up a giant.
That's what grenades are.
That's true, actually.
No, your
with
grenades
my
aren't
scout
enough.
rifle, it was slowing them up just enough that I had more time to get my shields back or reload or things like that.
But I don't know, because I mean, like like Gamer always complains about like his characters, like when he's playing like, whatever class he's playing as currently, he's like, oh, this class is terrible.
Yeah,
this
he's like,
so I was
"Run."
and then I'll tell him like different like stat setups, and he's like, oh, this works a lot better. I was like, because you're playing terribly, that's why, Gamer. He doesn't like even bother trying to like play around with the stats to like see if he can get a working setup for any of the classes. He's just like, oh, this is terrible. I can't do anything with this. It's like, well, I mean, I can't help you if you don't know what you're doing. So, I mean,
Funny. Yeah. One of the funny parts about our hard raid, basically every checkpoint except the first one, there was only one of us left.
oh yeah,
Like the last guardian standing was the hero guardian.
everyone got to be a hero that raid. Good job, team.
That was really funny. Mine was, that was rough. My
I was
scout
like, oh my
rifle was
gosh,
like, man, this does like 1/10 of the damage of my sniper rifle, but I only have 4 bullets.
it was only made worse by the fact that it's like we don't really know what triggers the checkpoint, so we're kind of just like,
I don't know what I have to do for this hell to end.
So it's like he's just shooting everything he can try to find. It's like we don't know if it's on a timer, if he has to kill a certain number of enemies, or if he has to kill a certain type of enemies. It's just like, why is there no guide to this? So,
It was like, oh, sometimes 6 headshots would kill them, and that was perfect because then I still had my 3 bullets in the chamber. And then that one time it only took 5. It's like, oh no. I don't see any more. Now I only have 1.
it was just man, that raid, I tell you. I'm not like a fan of the regenerating shriekers in that hallway though. That is not fun at all. Because then it's like the wall comes back with it too, so it's like now I'm wasting all my bullets killing these shriekers, and now I have to worry about getting blown up multiple times. So it's like this game.
But yeah, I guess it was really fun. The triumph did make it seem it was weird. So last Tuesday it was just I was like, Wednesday I'm not playing anything. I don't want to see any games. And then fairly quickly though by Thursday, because my newbie group, I was playing with them, and they're just like one of them is getting super into it now, and he's like, oh, now I have to do dailies because I need the materials and things. And these guys, they were playing only on Thursdays originally, and now it's just like on the weekends, like, hey, Are you free? Are you free? And yeah, we played quite a bit. I played with each one of them individually over the past few days because they wanted different stuff. Like one of them wants some. He's only Vanguard rank 2, and he needs rank 3 to get a helmet or a chest plate because he just has blues for those right now. I was like, so we were just playing bounties and like doing patrol missions, and I was like, okay, yeah, we should do some strikes because those give you a little bit more. And then we couldn't finish the daily yesterday because it was basically just me. Did you guys play that one?
I did. Wasn't
was
the
like-
Siege of the
I didn't
Warmind,
play the
right?
daily.
Yeah, Siege
Yeah.
of the Warmind.
I did that after
It
the
was
raid. Everybody else was like, oh, let's go do Nightfall.
Well, that's because Gamer made us stop playing the Nightfall early to go do the stupid raid. And we're like, I haven't finished on Nightfall yet.
It was rough. With he was 27, I think. It's like, oh, I died again. It's like, oh, and then the wizard just flying everywhere, and then they start adding more and more of those
Yeah.
like flame circles on the ground. It's like you basically can't run anywhere now.
Oh,
And like the explodey thralls and just all the stuff spawning with the ogre. Like, couldn't finish it. But yeah, actually, they're thinking about doing Vault of Glass tomorrow. So
no.
are you free?
Don't do it. It's a trap. It depends on what time they plan on doing it. Because, I mean, I'll be home by like 11 in the morning. Because, like I said, I have to be up at like 2.
Oh yeah, that's right. This is your early day. Yeah, it's basically our normal raid time, but on Thursday.
Oh, yeah. I can probably
And
do that.
well, it was cool because like, so I've been telling them sort of about it. It's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. Like the first time I was like, oh, you 6 players, and then you're just trying to figure it out, and it was super awesome. And it's actually pretty, like, it's pretty involved. There's a lot of pieces and steps and stuff you have to know. And then yeah, we were just wandering around the tower, and then this team, we got drafted. And he's more like they're not really gamers, so they're more wary of voice chat with strangers, so they just it was just me and the other guy, and he was like, yeah, let's not join their party. So we joined their fire team, but we didn't join their voice chat party. And so it was just me sort of Sherpaing, telling us like, okay, this part, just follow me. Is that, yeah, we have to hold these 3 plates, and if these blue guys get in there, then it's bad, and we'll just be out here forever. And it worked pretty well. We got all the way to Templar before I had to go without wiping. It's like, so I was sort of uncertain. I was like, I don't know if these guys are going to be able to handle the raid, because the Vault of Glass asks a lot of every player, and we've seen what happens when one player can't do it. But yeah, seems like it'll be okay. So it won't be totally frustrating.
Dun, dun, dun.
But it was neat because we couldn't communicate, and so like someone devised a method. It was just like totally impromptu. He started waving. He was the shield holder would start waving. It's like, oh, I think the shield is coming down. I would tell my friends, like, oh yeah, so don't jump and get ready to shoot Templar. And then I would wave a signal, like, okay, we got it. It's fun.
Yeah,
Huh.
I'm ready for the next expansion, so.
I'm
As
not.
as May? That's like a long time.
What?
The Witcher comes out in May.
Better not be me.
I know. I think that's. I don't know how, like, because they're monitoring everything. And if they're thinking, oh, before we released Crota, everyone had basically upgraded everything from Vault of Glass, so we'll just wait for everyone to upgrade everything from Crota before we release the next expansion. I was like, yeah, I don't know if that's a good plan. It seems like a lot of people don't want to do that. They want to go on to the next one, and then maybe if they're higher level by then, come back and maybe do the Crota stuff.
Yeah, friends of my friends is like just F the hard mode right now.
Because it's just not fun. It's like, oh man, this is it's just like going through it, and it's just like punishing. It's like, I don't want to play this. It's like this is not fun for me. So it just gets frustrating after a while.
It seems like RPG, you and me are the only ones who play, out of our raid group, like we're the only people who play Crucible sort of regularly.
It seems that seems to be the case because I know Gamer says he hates PvP, so he doesn't want to do it. And I think Zafro doesn't play it either. So
yeah,
we
for some
probably
reason
are
he
the
thinks
only
it sucks, and I was like,
I keep telling him and Gamer's like, you guys are just playing it wrong. It's just you're always playing everything wrong.
if our raid team went into Crucible, like we would destroy other teams.
I don't
Like
know about that job to goal.
80% of the time, I think we would be doing really well.
I think we would, yeah, because I mean, I'm pretty awesome. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
what the
I
rest
played
of
with
the team-
RBG. Like the two of us is like we do pretty well, and it's like yeah, the rest of the raid team, like I think they do pretty well.
I mean, they know how to play in PvE, so I mean, they should be
Yeah.
fine, right? In theory.
Well, once we
Like
get Flawless
Tekken.
Raider, I'll
Yes.
I'll be there maybe,
It's like Tekken back
When
in
I-
the Call
when
of
I
Duty
feel like
days.
it's-
Like yeah, it's pretty good.
or when I'm not doing bounties or whatever. Because I was watching some video and I saw the little Grimoire thing pop up. It was like killed 5,000 Guardians. I was like, no, there's Crucible stuff here. No, I haven't done it. Oh no.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they've improved it. They added in some of the maps originally were only for Rumble mode, which was the free for all, and they've turned them into control maps. So there's like smaller maps now.
Oh,
That
that
are
would explain a few
totally
things
different
because it's like
environments.
I don't know if I was playing the Dark Below playlist or maybe it was just the regular control one, but it's like I played it and I was like there were levels that I hadn't seen before. 'Cause
Yeah.
there was one that's like that looks similar to the Vaults of Glass kind of because it has like the rotating walls and all that crap going on. And I was like, I don't
yep.
think I've seen this level before. So
It's the Mercury one.
yeah, so there's been like a few because there's another one too that looks like similar to like the Mars version of the gate or something that we were playing too, and I was like, I don't know my way around this level, and every hallway seems to go to every other hallway, so it's like I just keep running into people, so it's weird.
Yeah, it's pretty. Like, I sort of missed the vehicle levels that were in the playlist in the beginning, like First Light on the Moon.
Yeah.
And,
Did they remove that? Because I was wondering about that because
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in any of the playlists. I was like, did they take the level off or something? Because I think
Yeah.
there's the other one too that has the interceptor on it. I haven't seen that one either.
The Mars one. There was a Mars one, and then the one on the Moon, and then in the expansion there's one on Earth.
Oh yeah, that one I played when I played the Dark Below playlist, and there's
Yeah.
like ammo, there's like heavy ammo, multiple heavy ammo
Yeah.
drops on that one
Tons of heavy
compared to the
ammo.
other ones. I was like, oh, that's different. So yeah, it's set up weird though. So it's like,
Yeah, originally they appeared pretty frequently, and then they said that they tuned it so that those maps appeared less in Control. And then at one point they just removed them entirely, and now those are only Combined Arms maps. It's like limited time weekend event maps.
I have not played Combined Arms yet, so I don't know.
It's just deathmatch on those maps. It's not that interesting.
Meh.
Well, I thought I liked the maps for Control, so I'm sort of
Yeah.
sad that they took them out.
Because when I didn't see it, because I noticed that it was like the same maps like are in the rotation, but I'm like, wait, we're missing some of these maps because
Yeah.
we don't go to like the moon and stuff anymore. So I didn't realize they removed it. So that
Yeah.
explains that then. I kind of preferred those though, because like the control points are like a bit more spaced out from each other, and it's
Mhm.
I think it just worked better for that type of game. because the other ones, some of them are just like really close together, so it's like it's just chaos everywhere. I haven't seen Salvage in a while though.
Yeah, it hasn't been on there for a while either.
Because I actually like that one, but it's like I haven't seen it. So,
So, I guess we're back on board again temporarily.
I think taking a break for me was like a good thing because by the time Monday rolled around, I was like anticipating like the new Nightfall. I was like, oh man, I haven't played in such a long time, and I was like, oh, I'm getting my Destiny mode. Like, oh, I can't wait to play it. It's been a while, so yeah, I think only playing once a week or twice a week is like good for me because like just gives me enough of a anticipation level of like, I'm like, yeah, just Destiny. Yeah, it's like start getting into the. It's weird. It's like I haven't felt like this in a while. Like I guess that's what happens when you stop playing and I get my withdrawals. It's like I haven't stopped playing this game for months, and I stop, and I'm just immediately can't wait to go back. It's weird. And then like
So
now,
what are you doing now? Like you
okay,
have
okay,
three
I have a plan
32s.
now because before I was like doing stuff to where it was like, okay, well I can level up a Vanguard every week, I can level up the Cryptarch every week, and I'll just turn them in and see what I get. But now I'm just gonna hoard everything until the next expansion, and then see if I can get like new expansion gear when it drops, and just like have a ton of
It's like super fast.
Vanguard level ups and Cryptarch level ups, and like see if I can get like any of it. And I got a Thunderlord from one of my Cryptarch thingies this week, so I was like, oh, or one of the legendary incomes I got from one of my thingies. So I was like, okay, maybe if I can just get a new exotic, that'd be cool too. So I'm trying to hoard everything and be like, yeah, not,
Nice.
until the next expansion is out, I will have a ton of stuff to turn in to get hopefully a ton of crap.
oh my! But you're gonna like run out of vault space or
I'm
something,
kind of
aren't you?
already out of it. I'm trying to think of like what to do about that because I'm like, right, okay, so I don't know how long ago I did this, but essentially I broke down to where the Titan has auto rifles, Warlock has scout rifles, and then the Hunter has pulse rifles, and then if I get a hand cannon, it's like whatever, whoever doesn't have one can have one, or just give the best one to the Warlock 'cause he's my main dude. And then like they all have like fusion rifles of each element, but because like Nightfalls you're gonna need crap to burn stuff. And same thing with like the heavy weapons. So it's like they're all set on the weapon side, and then the armor side is just a matter of like well, luckily, I guess like the loot table fixing did work since I have raid gear with all my characters now, so that's pretty cool. It didn't like burn me down like the grind to 30. So thanks Bungie for fixing your game, and then that didn't break me this time, so it's like whatever. You're just like yeah, my levels are good, and then if it's not as bad as it was this time, that's the next time, and I should be or. Yeah, they said the tower gear won't, or we'll see what they do with the tower gear. But yeah, if it's not an improvement, then there's no reason to upgrade it. So I can just keep all my glimmer and my marks and just use it for materials to upgrade weapons and just get better weapons and incrementally get those. Because I have awesome like 300 weapons, but I kind of went through 331. But I'm like, is it really worth it? So now I'm just gonna focus on upgrading my exotics since my legendaries are basically done, except for heavy weapons. But it's like, do I really need to upgrade heavy weapons when I have Galahorn? No. So. And my corrective measure is like an awesome machine gun if I ever need to use that. So, so it's just upgrading the exotics, and then hopefully they'll all be done, and I can just work on the armor pieces to be like if I want to have this piece on to buff this or whatever. Like my Don't Touch Me, I can't have it on in B32 yet. So eventually, but until then, I'll just need some more radiant shards, and then yeah, I think all my characters' raid stuff is like mostly leveled up too. So it's like. I'm almost to where I can do that to just have my raid gear and then switch in and out exotics to do whatever, and then and then just focus on exotics. I guess is the next thing as I hoard stuff and wait for the expansion. It'd be nice if we got another Queen's Bounty, but whatever. I kind of gave up on that when they haven't had it in a while. So
They don't seem to be
Yeah.
big on the whole events thing because I was talking about that with Gamer before. I was like, they haven't done Queen's Bounty in like the first time since they done it or something. But they seem like they aren't doing events all that much. Because I mean, they have been doing Iron Banner somewhat more regularly. So I mean, guess there's that, but
yeah,
they don't.
and it's weird because like I was doing the daily missions every day for months on end, but I kind of stopped because it's like the only thing I really need from those is the buff on the XP, but I'd rather just do strikes, and then you get like on top of the guaranteed Ingram you get possible drops from items that give you glimmer if you turn them into the Cryptarch. So it's like you get more stuff from that I need anyway. I mean, the experience is nice, but it's like if I do enough strikes, I'm gonna get experience anyway. So it's like whatever. And if I have the nightfall buff on, it's like it's gonna get there faster. So just keep doing those and turn in your Ingrams. Hopefully, get you something awesome. If not, whatever. So yeah, I get a cool ship or not. So yeah, just found a new way to go through Destiny and not, I guess, be even more efficient than my even more efficient in the past. Because my characters have been like at 200 marks for the past however long since I haven't upgraded or got any of the new legendaries. Because like I said, I just don't look. I look at them and I'm like, I don't like any of these, so they just sit there until I need them, or until the next expansion. If we'll see, yeah, just sitting on them until more info. So, but yeah, back in the Destiny groove. Even though I only play once a week or twice a week, whatever. I guess that did help too, because it's like I'm not super burnt out all the time now.
That's a good plan.
So I was like, well, what do you really get from daily missions? You get an Ingram, but you can get Ingrams from strikes, so it's like, and you get materials, but my materials are good enough after you've done enough of the daily missions, and you can get them from patrol missions too for like daily bounty. And then let's see what else. The marks, and I don't need marks because I haven't used any, so don't need those. And it's just experience, so it's like, well, experience you get for doing everything anyway, so it's like kind of negated. And I kind of like stopped. I didn't stop doing bounties, but I only focus on the bounties that give me like a certain amount, because it's like I want to maximize my effort for what I'm getting out of it. So if it's like when it's like if it's a bounty that's annoying, that's just going to take like, oh, kill 20 enemies with the fusion rifle 2 at the same time. It's like, dude, no thank you. Or like shoulder charge 5 wizards. It's like that takes effort. I'm just gonna relax here. It's like, dude, I got enough. I got enough glimmer. I got enough weapons. I got a lot of stuff, and I'm just gonna sit back and relax here and enjoy my time now. That I don't have to like grind anything out or just grind myself to death. So I'm just gonna relax and enjoy the game and not get crappy bounties or bounties that are annoying. Or don't give me 100 or 1,000 experience and rep. It's like, if you're 50, 2,500, you're not worth my time. Sorry. So you're just gonna stay
I don't
there
think I've
on the
ever
board.
done that fusion rifle one ever, because I saw it, I read it, and I was like, yeah, no, this is not happening. So
I've done it once. Actually, it's pretty easy to do now. All you have to do is get, any fusion rifle, go to Siege of the Warmind. And then after you kill the acolytes going in, there's like 6 or 7
there's
lines
that
of
part on that
thralls
map,
that
and then
come.
also Fist of Crota, that part where the thralls run at you. It's like the thralls are pretty easy for that bounty. So, because I've been doing them for the kill 3 with the special weapon. It's super easy for the shotguns.
You just sort of, charge it up, and then the moment it discharges, you pull to the left or right, depending on which staircase they're coming down.
I
and it'll
prefer
burn like 2 or 3 of them.
Oh yeah, for the fusion rifle one. But yeah, the shotgun one's easy too. Cause it's just like they just charge at you, so it's like, okay, 1, 2, 3, reload, 1, 2, 3, and wash, rinse, repeat, and don't die. Cause if you die, there's such progress. So which is not hard to do since it's thralls and they're like the base level enemy. So yeah. So yeah, I guess waiting until what comes out this week? The order. So yeah, 16 days.
Very soon.
Then I'll have something new to play. Yeah, well, I guess I have new stuff to play. It's just I'm not. That's the other part of the equation I haven't got to yet. I've gotten to the side of I can slow down in Destiny and like not play all the time. I'm trying to balance how do I play more stuff now? And I'm like, how did I play Far Cry and flipping whatchamacallit? Whatever.
Shadow War.
Yeah, I was like, I think I figured out what I did. I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, there's like that one thing that people say of like, how do you eat an elephant? It's like one bite at a time or whatever, or like a piece at a time. I think that's what it was. I just like would play as soon as I got home from work and just like play it for like a couple hours and then play some Destiny. And then when I woke up, I'd play it and just like keep doing that until I finish the game. So I just got to get back into that.
That's how I finished Mass Effect 2. And it seems like in a few years, maybe I'll finish Final Fantasy 9. Man, yeah, there are so many checkpoints. I think it might be we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to like change my my naming for backlog beatdown because it's not going to be a beatdown. It's just going to be a piece at a time. Because yeah, when I have the time, I will play. But I'm not going to always have 6 to 12 hours. So which is what I prefer to.
Picking at the backlog.
Yeah, it's not a beatdown because you're not going to get it all at once, unfortunately. So are we done with Destiny?
Yes.
Yep. For now.
Who wants to go first with what they've been playing?
Well, so I'm interested. How far did you get in Mass Effect 3 RPG?
Not like very, because I mean, since I started over, because I once you guys told me about the comic thing, I went and got that and started going through it, which I didn't actually realize it was so long because I was like, wow, this is like a full summary of both games. It's like holy crap! So I had to like keep going back and forth to the kitchen and cleaning and stuff while it was like yammering on about the story and stuff. And I like came back during the thing when it was like, oh, but then I had to choose between this and this and this, and then I came back and made my decision and went back to doing something else because I mean I had my TV loud enough for me to hear wherever I was, so I just like coming back for I was like, oh my gosh, this is so long. I didn't realize this was so long, so it's like I kept going back.
You were expecting like a checklist, and it was like check.
Yeah,
Okay.
I was pretty much
And there'd be a
expecting
short
just
cut
like
scene. And then you go.
it's like they went into like full synopsis mode. I was like, this is not what I thought was going to happen. I thought it was just going to be a series of questions like, did you save this person? Did you do this? Did you do that? And I was like, oh my gosh, what is going on? I did stay faithful to my choices though, at least. Part of me kind of wanted to change a couple of them because I was like, well, this is my chance to kill Rex if I want to now. So I could totally do this. I was like, nah, it won't be the same. I have to have all my decisions intact. So I ended up like picking everybody, even though I wanted to have Kaiden instead of Ashley because she's racist and everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have to keep everything intact. I was tempted though. I was tempted. So I ended up going through and choosing all my decisions again. Although I did forget which one of them I chose for like the representative guy, because I don't remember if I chose Anderson or Udina, because I remember not liking Udina, but then I was like, but at the same time I was like, he seems like he'd be better for the position than the other guy, because the other guy seemed too nice. So I don't remember who I chose for that.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, well, yeah, I just chose Udina anyway, but I was just like, I'm not sure who I chose for that. But yeah, it was just like so much work. So much work. So yeah, I did that. And then I finally started the game. And then I didn't like how my character looked, so I had to start it over and do it all over again because I was like, son of a bitch! So,
I did like how my character looked.
well, because like it's like you do your character creation, it's like, okay, this seems okay, but then as I'm playing the game during like the first like mess of cutscenes, I'm like, you know what? I don't like this. I don't like this face. So then I'm like, now I have to do this all over again because I don't think there was like an in-game way for you to like change it like it was in the second one. So I was like, here we go again. So I had to do all this over, going through and making all my decisions again with the comic and then changing my character appearances and everything. I was like, okay, I'm sticking with this one this time because this is taking way too long. So I ended up just so after I started, I went through and started playing, and I think, let's see, where did I get to? I met Liara, and then we went somewhere. Ashley nearly got murdered. And I was like, yay, you almost got yourself killed. Because apparently that lady was not human, which explains a lot. But let's see. I think I left there. Yeah, was she a robot? Is that what she was? Because I just know they said she was artificial. So I didn't really like.
Yeah, I think it's more complicated than that.
It always is. It always is. And then I think, yeah, because I think I'm like on the first. Wait, I'm after the first mission because initially when I got the ship, I went to like the different. I think I went to the wrong star cluster or galaxy or whatever. And then I noticed there's like, because they had like the thing when they're like, oh, these are places that the Reapers have taken over and all this stuff. And I went to one and started scanning stuff, and then the Reapers invaded, and I was like, oh, wait a minute, this isn't it, right? So I had to abandon that place, and then I was like, okay, I need to go to this place because that's where I was supposed to be going and not doing what I was doing. So I went to the other mission. I met Garrus, and I was like, yay, Garrus is back because I don't really like anybody else on my team. So then I got him, and I think is that as far as that might be as far as I've gotten, maybe because we had to get the Primarch, that guy. So because I got that, I think I could have sworn I did a mission after that, but I'm not sure. But I'm like somewhere in that area of storyness right now, somewhere after the Primarch and getting Garrus. Because the council's being all douchey as usual, so it's like this is what got the last council sacrificed. You should probably be a little careful, because I murdered you guys last time.
Well, at least you're not like, well, good thing I saved you, but not jerks.
Oh,
what
yeah.
was I thinking?
Oh, did you save them?
This is what I get.
Because I did not. Because I remember, like, all throughout the first one, I was like, man, they are really not being cooperative with anything ever here. Despite the fact that it's clear that Saren is like, is his name Saren?
Yeah.
Or am I taking after someone? I was like, clearly this guy is evil. I mean, they're like, no, there's no evidence. It's you're being crazy right now, Shepard. I'm like, you know what? I hope you all get eaten by a giant space squid. And you know what? They got killed by a giant space squid. They deserved it. So, yeah, I was like, well, keep it up, guys, and you're going to be like the last council. Clearly no one told you what happened to them, because you just keep on trying me. So, yeah, I might be losing another council. So, they need to keep it up. Is Tally in this game? Because
Tally in this game.
Because I can't have my Garrus Tally team without Tally. So it's like, if she's not in this game, I don't know who I'm going to use to replace her. So it's like, oh no, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. So she has to be in the game, because if she's not, then I don't know how this is going to function, because I played with those two as my main team for the past two Mass Effects.
I think that's another thing I didn't like about Mass Effect 3 was like the whole explanation of, oh, you're with Cerberus, we took away your ship, imprisoned you, and then your squad was like, hey, Shepard, we'll see you later. I mean, galactic threat, whatever, woo! It's like, why would you split up?
That's weird.
They're like, deuces!
Like, vacation! Woo!
I mean, some of them I could imagine that, they probably just, like, left. But then others, like, why would she leave?
Some people make sense. And then, like, the Cerberus people that make sense, because obviously it's like, well, we can't work with them.
Yeah. Oh, which reminds me, I also didn't remember whether or not I went along with that guy's plan at the end of the second one, and I was like, did I blow up the ship or not? I mean, I didn't trust the Elusive Man anyways. I was like, I probably did blow it up, so I probably should just go with that, because I was like, I don't remember if I did or not, because I wouldn't trust that guy. I mean, he's clearly evil. So that
was another one of those renegade parts where I was like, why is that renegade? He made a totally logical argument, and it's not like, I'm just going to lay down and die now. It's like, okay, here you go. And, good luck with that. It's like, no. Like, Shepard is a force to be reckoned with in the universe, so whatever they're planning, like, Shepard will be there. And it's like, no, renegade. It's like, why is that renegade? Is it because we're killing everyone? But blowing it up is going to kill everyone, too.
Wait, Tropical Sea didn't blow it up?
No.
Oh.
Why would you not? That's why it was renegade.
Because you know nothing about the enemy.
But
you can't win that way.
The Elusive Man is like pure evil.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. Is like, Elusive Man, don't trust this dude.
Is he evil though? Like,
I'm not saying he's evil. I'm just saying clearly this guy cannot be trusted.
Not be evil, but you can't trust that guy. I mean, come on. Everything about him is like not trustworthy. His name is the Elusive Man, for crying out loud.
I mean, the Shadow Broker.
Is he out for? And would I give him a weapon of who knows what power to do whatever he wants with? Yeah.
And then considering like the stuff he's already doing in Mass Effect 3, and it's only like
Yeah,
the
the very
beginning.
beginning,
I'm
yeah.
like, come on now, come on, and you wanted me to give you a ship of unknown technology? Really? No, no, Tropical, no.
It's like, yeah, if he does that with that, I wonder what he did with the base. And I haven't played that playthrough, so have fun with that, Tropical.
It's like that's a super weapon waiting to happen, and next thing you know, it's like screw the Reapers. Now we have to figure out to kill this guy because he has like some super weapon now. So it's like, yeah, that's I'm not playing that game with him. Don't trust him.
I am confident in Shepard's ability.
Tropical, tropical, tropical.
I mean, like, what was it? It's like, oh, Geth are super dangerous. They took out this entire ship by themselves. Like, oh, we'll take care of it. And the three of us go in and take care of it. And it's like, there is no force in the universe that can stop us.
It's like, that was a lot easier than you guys made it sound initially.
That was weird. Like, how many people were on the ship? Like, 2? Because we went in with 3 and it was okay.
So it's like clearly you guys were like a man down is what happened because that's the only logical.
There was only 1 or 2 people over there, or like maybe they were infants, or
they were infants, yeah.
Or pacifists, maybe.
There's no room for pacifism. They deserve to die. Then we're at war constantly in space now. There is no excuse. So
yeah, it's like, oh, we're having trouble holding this fort. It's like, we'll take care of it.
It's like, I got this, guy.
Yeah, like fact, that's what you say. It's just like, oh yeah, we can't do it. You know, they're killing our men, so we can't go over to that tower. And your response that you choose to take on the mission is like, yeah, we'll take care of it. It was just like, really? Like, that's how confident he is. So yeah, you know, you give the base, like, because Elusive Man, you may not know his one of his base motives is humanity, and it's like, in that you're sort of united. And he may, you know, as I found out in the beginning, like, he has a different plan for that, but if it comes down to it and you're in conflict with Elusive Man, I'm pretty sure Shepard's gonna win.
You better hope so, Tropical. You better hope so, because you're gonna be real sad if it turns out the other way. It's like, oh, I guess we came up against a threat we could not stop after all.
If we can take out universe wiping out aliens, then it should be fine.
I don't know.
I guess we'll see. Oh man, now I'm excited. So yeah.
Also, is that news lady the same one from the previous one?
Not the one that's voiced by the IGN lady, or ex-IGN lady.
Yeah, the other one at the.
No, I'm talking about the one that
embassy offices.
Into it again.
Yeah, that's the same lady.
She never learns. Because I mean, like, I was going back to my ship, and she's like, Shepard, and she starts like harassing me. I was like, wait a minute, are you the same news? Like, did you not learn? And then of course the renegade option came up, and I was like, oh, apparently you didn't learn. And then next thing you know, she gets headbutted and she's on the ground, and he's like, stay down. And it's like, yeah, she really should have like learned by now. So, yeah.
Oh, it was funny. Like, yeah, I guess that was another one. Well, I guess not. No, I talked about that, where it's like, why is that renegade? It's like, we have to disable this warship, or it'll be bad later. And then the renegade like thing pops up, and partially because of QuickTime events, I just pushed it, and partially because it's like, this makes sense. I mean, if we have to deal with the warship, it's going to be harder. And then like, you go up and assassinate him, and it's like, renegade. Like, what? Either way, he was gonna die.
Oh, are the Arachne in this in the third one, or whatever they're called? those things, the giant crab spider people guys.
So.
Oh,
I think so. I mean, checking knows for sure.
I'm not
but
Sade.
I
I'm gonna let you play the game.
Yeah.
Because I do remember like in the second one I was like I did let the queen go and I was like I feel like this is gonna come back and bite me in the ass, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a chance on this. So it's
No,
like
there was the I don't there was the unusual messenger on
Yeah. Ilium.
Ilium. Yeah. And I was like, "Oh, this is going to work. Like this is going to be awesome." We will have two very deadly forces possibly on our side. Other forces that have threatened the galaxy will be on our side.
let's hope so. Because yeah,
There's a lot of people from Star Trek like voicing characters in Mass Effect. Um, the Krogan chief's like rival or whatever. That guy is Michael Dorn, who played Worf.
hmm.
And then yeah, in the first one it was Benezia was Counselor Troy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It's like, oh, that's Michael Dorn. He sounds
Yeah, he said
just like
exactly
that.
like. I was like, is that?
He's kind of talking about the same stuff too. It's like two born. Oh man, that's great. Did we? So, do you want to finish up what you've been playing, RPG, or?
I think that's pretty much all I have been playing.
Oh, busy week. Yeah, actually, I haven't played that much either. I chipped away at Final Fantasy IX, and we had a fun discussion earlier before the podcast. But I think it was recorded, so maybe you'll hear it. Gran Turismo 6, I went back to look at, and wow, like there are a few games that really continue to deliver that value the way that Gran Turismo 6 has. You know, other games, you know, now the common pattern is you buy the game, and if you pay double the price of the game, you will get new content that slips out periodically over the next year. But after that year is over, the support is basically done. It's just like they go on to the next
Or
iteration.
1/5 to 1/3 extra. You might get a couple more things over the course of who knows how long. Arkham Origins, I'm looking at you.
Yeah, like either way, like they most of the time cost money. Like Gran Turismo has no. Well, it does. I mean, there's lots of cosmetic stuff that you can buy with real money if you don't want to grind. But you can, you know, perfectly go and grind it out and get that stuff too. And yeah, just like free new content updates continue to roll in. Like Vision GT is like more and more exciting, I think.
The new Lexus car, man, looks so cool.
Yeah. Did you see the Chevy Chaparro?
Oh yeah, that one with the AR.
The
the
weird
AR
one with the
whatchamacallit?
the wingsuit
Rearview mirrors.
design.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm gonna video about it because like, oh dude, this car's awesome.
Laser propulsion.
So I was like driving it. I was like, what is that noise? How does it go? what is this craziness?
Apparently, like, laser propulsion is a real thing, and I don't know how they took that knowledge and like implemented it into the game. But yeah, they make the engine sound. It's entirely different. And the viewpoint from in the cockpit is like,
It's crazy.
yeah, you're like you're in a spaceship.
There's 3 rearview mirrors. And it's like 8. It's like augmented reality or whatever.
Yeah.
It's super weird.
Looking up, you can see 160 degrees in front of you, and looking down slightly, you can see 170 degrees behind you. It's like weird. and you're lying like tummy down in the car, and that's how you're driving. It's like that part in Batman Begins with when he goes into the weapons mode for the tumbler. That's how you drive this car. It's just like, wow. But yeah, like I think they've gotten crazier actually as time has gone on. Like the first, I think it was Mercedes, right? The first one.
Yeah.
It was kind of tame. It was just like, you wouldn't see this car on the road because it was sort of weird, but it was tame compared to the later ones that came out. It was just like some of the ideas, these concept cards are really out there. But man, it's been so fun to watch that stuff. And then they've added a lot of stuff too. Like Quick Match didn't exist at launch, right?
No.
That's a new thing that you can play online. The community board, which GT5 had, that's in GT6 now too, and it's like really well integrated into the website. Also, it's like so much stuff.
And then they added the rally mode. That's pretty cool. Did you
Oh,
find that?
the dirt track, like the fourth of the special events.
No, they added like that mode with like the arcade style where you just pass a bunch of cars.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I thought that was
that's
cool.
very. It's just so much new stuff.
It's really weird though, because like at launch I never thought I would be still playing the game, getting like new stuff from it.
Yeah, that's weird. Because Gran Turismo 5, I played for quite a while. You just it's a really long grind, and cars are pretty expensive, and you need really expensive cars for some of the really high level events. And then this one, I remember when it came out, like you sort of went through it really quickly. I remember, and it sort of seemed like maybe there was less content in this one.
See, it's like I wouldn't say there's less content. Like there kind of is, but I wouldn't say that. I would say it's just a better designed experience because you can just seamlessly the flow through the game is so much better. Like the way that
Yeah,
all like the license tests and like the coffee breaks and everything are designed, and like the system of the stars versus getting gold on everything is just so
yeah,
much better versus like the way it used to be. Like you have to get gold on everything before you can continue.
yeah.
It's like you didn't get gold, try again until you master this course and perfect your line. Yeah. This is the real driving experience. Yeah.
Actually, I've been doing that. I turned off all of the HUD displays, so now I have no HUD at all. So I don't know what the turns are coming up. I don't know what place I'm in. I don't know how fast I'm going. Sometimes it's pretty well. It's okay if I have the sound on. If I have the sound off, though, it is essentially impossible to judge how fast I'm going. So I don't know where to brake, and I fall off the road a lot. Yeah, the real hard part has been I don't know what place I am. Sometimes I was like, oh, there's no cars ahead of me, and I see cars behind me. I must be in first. And then I get to the end, I was like, I was in third. It's like, I never even saw first and second place. It's like, that's sad. Yeah, man. If you have not checked that out recently, check out Gran Turismo 6 because it is like a totally different game. It's constantly new stuff. So many more Vision GT cars. Man, I hope they do that again for the next gen version. That's gonna be awesome. Because there's been all this like I think EA is the one who holds all the Porsche rights. That's why no other games have Porsches in them.
I was
They
wondering
have
about
to
that.
do I don't know how to pronounce it. RUF. Like that car brand is those are basically Porsches, but they have a different brand on them. And so that's why there's no like they have Porsche like cars, but they aren't branded Porsche in most of these games. Except for EA ones. What was I talking about? I have no idea. um yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, it did remind me like the menus in Gran Turismo 6 are really snappy and just like way better than Gran Turismo 5. And I started playing the Battlefield Hardline beta like after we raided yesterday. The load times are super short. it's it's unbelievable. Like in the first beta after E3, the load times were pretty much what you'd expect from Battlefield. So like Battlefield 3 and 4, every time a match ended, there would be the results screen and all the stuff you unlocked, and then there would be like a static load screen, and it would say it's like the name of the new or the next map, little description of it, description of the game mode, and then it would load for a minute and a half or something like that. And it took a while, and then this one, only the first load is slightly longer, but every other load, you basically can't read the stuff that's written on the screen. It's too fast. It's like 4 seconds to go to the next match. I was like, wow. I wonder if this is something that they focused on. And like, yeah, next gen, when the PS4 was first announced, one of the revisions was like, for the system was, we're going to remove as much time as possible between when you want to play and when you actually start playing. And so, it's things like PlayStation Now and Suspend and Resume, which isn't there yet, but someday. And yeah, I wonder if that's sort of the rest of the industry is also like, that's why mobile games are so enticing. Like, you sort of jump in and you're just, there it is, you're playing. And maybe there's some push in the AAA space to also do something like that. I guess it's hard to say, though, because there's only one map in the beta, so maybe it doesn't have to load. It's just like, it's already loaded. We'll just put it in. The maps are a lot smaller than Battlefield 4. Actually, that part is really cool. They've made it feels significantly different from Battlefield 4. Like, the cops and robbers sort of setting, like, it feels right now. When we first saw it, it seemed that this sort of conflict, it was too destructive for that kind of conflict. It was like, yeah, we just, robbed this armored car and then we blew up a skyscraper. Just because Levolution or whatever. But now it feels there's still the destruction. Yesterday I found out I think you can drop chandeliers on people if you shoot the chandeliers, and it's like, that's so cool. So it has Battlefield style destruction, but it's not just insane destruction, destroying a city block. Like, yeah, it's pretty messed up with bullet holes, but it's not like that parking garage that was there. It's just gone. The bank they robbed is gone. It's just this pile of rubble. And then it feels really polished. Like, man, I think they've done it. Like, Battlefield Hardline, when it comes out, is going to impress a lot of people. Not even if you don't consider that Battlefield 4 came out and it was sort of really broken, like, this one seems like that, the delay of the release date, it's like, yeah, it's helped it out a lot, and it's really impressive. And man, now there are so many games coming out in February and March that one was sort of like, maybe we'll see. But now I'm like, oh no, I kind of want it. That's the same day as some other game too. Like, I don't know what to do.
There's gonna be a lot of days like that this year.
Yeah, this is gonna be a rough year. Extremely rough. Oh, and I got PlayStation Now subscription, so extremely rough. Just too much to play.
There's so much to play this year. You could just not play anything next year and be like, I'm just going to play stuff from last year because there's so much of it.
I will need a backlog beatdown next year.
I'm considering doing that. I'm like, well, depending on when the next Mass Effect comes out, I could just sustain myself with legacy titles from the previous couple years on PS4.
Man, I did not expect this, but yeah, I think I am when Mass Effect whatever like the next one is announced, like I am going to be very excited. Who would have thought?
I had this weird experience when I was saving up from a PS4. I just like kept watching the amount in my bank account grow and grow and grow, and now I'm like, I have a lot of money in my bank account. I need to not waste. I need to not waste it on the video games. It's like I don't know what to do. It's like at this weird intersection in my life. I don't want to talk about it. Whatever. Video games. Who's been playing what? I'm not gonna go there.
All right. So yeah, finally I picked up Life is Strange, and I am sort of upset about the way that they priced it, and just like it was a little bit confusing about what I was actually buying. But yeah, so I started episode 1. Um it looks pretty good.
I was surprised it looked so good because I was like, I guess I wasn't looking at a lot of the pre-release coverage of it. I was just like, well, I'm gonna get
Oh.
this because I'm interested already because it's episodic and it's in like from the stuff in the press I read of like, oh, what's kind of like well, nothing, I guess it didn't like really compare to Telltale, but like if you look at it, it's like, oh, it's episodic adventure-y.
Yeah.
This seems to be like the genre of game I'm gravitating towards right now. I don't know why, but I don't know. I play them and I very much enjoy them. I don't know what it is. And it's weird because, I mean, sorry, like, butt in on your, what you've been playing Tropical, but like, it's weird, like, in this one because it's like, it's more gamey than the other ones because you have this mechanic where you can rewind time, but it doesn't break the immersion for me. And I'm like, I would think that would totally like break this game for me, but it doesn't. And it just, I still enjoy it. And I'm like, why is that?
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I started playing it and I was not in the mindset that I'm usually in when I play things or watch movies that others say, other people say they're crap. And I was like, why? It's like, well, you have to turn off your brain. It's like, oh, I guess I always turn off my brain when I watch things. But I wasn't in that mindset. Like the first few lines in the game sort of bothered me, and it felt inelegant, and it felt like an inelegant way to tell the player to go towards a certain point. Like, it's probably not necessary. I mean, there's nowhere to go this way. There's only one way to go, so you didn't have to say that. But yeah, so I was very nitpicky, and then yeah, instead of the first thing I did, so like the first scene is like a classroom, right? And the first thing I did was nothing. Like I actually sat there and listened to the entire lecture. And in my mind, I was thinking, like, did they record an entire lecture? Like, could I actually sit through an entire class, like, right now? And they're pretty clever. It's like pseudo clever. They get to a point, and the teacher asks a question, and no one in the class answers. It's like, everyone's been in this situation where none of the students know, and so it's like totally silent, and then professor sits there for a little while. It's like, no one knows? That's not a good sign. And then silence for, another few minutes. And then he says another thing in the same vein. And yeah, basically it just keeps doing that after a certain point. And I was like, yeah, that's sort of clever. They didn't have to. But then in real life, it would not go, it wouldn't go that long. But then, once you start doing the things that you're supposed to be doing to move the game forward, it rewinds and it's like, oh, it's that part of the lecture that most people probably didn't hear because they started doing things and they didn't do what I did, which was just sit there. Yeah, the jury is still out for me. I don't think I'm far enough into it. There are parts that irk me, but I guess I will have to look at it as a whole and maybe get in my usual mindset to be entertained.
I think another thing of like why I like this game so much is that it is enough like the style that Telltale does, but the tone is not super dire and dark and dreary. So I can be like, oh, this is so refreshing. Life is strange. Oh, fresh air in a room full of farts just comes in and makes my day. it's also a pretty cool setting. Like it's, I mean, it probably is like something similar to like the Persona games where it's like adolescent Japanese kids, but it's like more American
Yeah.
style. But since I don't really get very far in those games, I can actually play this one and enjoy it. And also just like I think that's like what I said at the beginning though. It's just there are things this game does that other games do that I like that it does, and I notice it and I'm like, oh, I'm enjoying this game after I start playing it for a bit. Just like there's a ton of voiceover work, a ton of voice acting, a ton of different characters that you can, like at the beginning, like when she goes through the hallway and she's like, oh, this is this person, this is that person. So it's like
There's a ton of
there's so many
characters.
people that you're gonna like get to learn on this journey or like get to know on this journey. And then she has a journal, but I didn't get to read it, so now I need to like replay it or like load up my file and like read the journal because there's a lot of probably cool details and stuff and everything. And I don't know anything about photography, and the game is very oh, you're a photographer. These are some elements of photography you might not know about. Blah 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 blah. So I was like, oh, that's
It's
interesting.
supposed to be really good.
So yeah, I might learn something on this while the course of playing this game.
Yeah, that's true. Like, there is no sense of urgency. So, well, there was like one part, but
Yeah.
for the most part, so far it's been really chill. Like, oh, go back to my room. It's like got all my stuff here, and I can like play on the computer, and
environments
I
are
can
super
like listen to
detailed as well.
music, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can interact with
a lot
and
of,
like
lot
look
of
at.
stuff. And then I was watching someone else play, or not someone else, like someone had uploaded their Let's Play, and I noticed probably at the very beginning of like something I didn't interact with. I was like, oh, curses, I missed my purse. So yeah. and then it's also like weird because like usually I will want to like just play and stick with my choices, but this one I don't know what it is, but like for some reason I feel compelled to like go back and try to get everything in this one. So I guess there's like just it feels like there's a lot of branching paths, but the game is like, or the episode itself is just compared to Telltale stuff. It's like the length of it and the quality is just there's no decrease. It's like it's really long, but it's like it's good all the way through. And I was like, wow, like I played it, I was like, I'm at the end yet. It's like 2 or 3 hours later. It's like, holy crap, this is this is an episodic game. This is just episode 1. So episode 2, holy crap, if like the whole season's like this, I think you got a winner on your hands, Green. Just saying, because you're impressed to me, and I'd like to think I know a thing or two about video games. So good, cheers to you on picking this one up to publish it, because I did enjoy it a lot.
Cool.
Also, can't wait for the Divergent Paths after episode 2 of like, what did you do that article? Oh, you did that? Well, that's not what I did. So,
I think it's because of the time travel thing. Like you feel more
safe in your
free.
decisions, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
that
cool.
too.
It's cool because like she'll also like make statements after you do something like, should I have done that or should I stick with my guns? It's like, oh, you kind of second guess yourself. Sometimes you're like, you're either second guessing yourself or like, whatever, I got this. I totally did the right thing. Like, that's what I do most of the time. I'm just like, I'm gonna do what I did, and yeah, sticking with it.
Oh, like I've rewinded basically every choice to see the other one, and then because like
I was thinking of doing that. I was like, I'm just gonna stick with what I'm doing right now.
because that's why like the first time you get the option to do it, like I did that, and then she said one thing, I was like, huh, okay, let's see okay, maybe I should do the other one. And I did the other one. I was like, well, that was way worse, and so just gonna do the first one. And then they added a system where like you can skip the dialogue and it fast forwards through it, because otherwise you'd be the game would be much longer than
I think that's the reason why I didn't skip any dialogues. It just felt, I don't know, immersive to me. To just rewind time and be like, I have these magical groundhog powers, and I'm reliving every conversation. Super
but yeah.
weird.
After that, I started just like, I have this ability. There doesn't seem to be any limits. I might as well see what the other one is. So I was like, okay, go back. Like, yeah, no, oh, nothing.
Yeah, it is like a really cool game mechanic, especially on this. Well, I don't know if you've gotten that far, but there's sometimes where I'll be investigating and like your character's not clumsy, and she'll be like, whoops. Well, she won't say whoops, but it's like she'll do something, and it's like you'll get the indication on screen of this will have a consequence, and it's like, oh, my bad.
Like it never happened.
It's like, no, I spelled this thing here. It's totally cool. Or there's also this other part where you have to like get into somewhere, and it's like there's different elements to the puzzle solving, so it's like you can have one part right, but then it's like, something's not right, and you like keep saying
Yeah.
something, and you have to like figure out what's. I'm like, why is this not getting on this person to get them out the way? And it's like, oh, then it clicked in my brain. So even if you're terrible with puzzles and doors, you have enough rewind magic power to help you out there.
Yes.
So I was like, what am I missing? And I was like, oh, it finally dawned on me. But yeah, Life is Strange. I'm very much enjoying this game right now, and I'm glad I bought it, even though it was like $2 more. Whatever.
Yep. That's what I did too.
It was worth it to get it before Tuesday, when everybody else was like, oh, it's on the store. Huh.
Sucked for me because I didn't get episode 1 until Tuesday. I was gonna buy it.
Yeah, I saw your tweet about it. Like, it's on the store now, and I was like, oh,
dang it.
okay. And I went in on there, and I was like, I bought the season pass, and I was like, I went to like,
Yeah, I went to download it. It's like, how come I can't download it?
Yeah, I was like, why is it not downloaded?
Oh, it's episode 2 to 5. It's like, what the heck?
And I was like, oh, episodes 1 separate. What? That does not make sense at all. So I was like looking on Steam, and I was like, okay, season pass on there for $20. Why isn't it on PSN? And then I was like, whatever. Whatever. I'm over it.
So that's what I've been playing, and that leads into Tekken.
So yeah,
well.
besides Life is Strange, just more Theatrhythm, which is still awesome. And oh, wait, no, I'm trying to think. Is there anything I haven't talked about in this game? Because I talked about the versus mode, I talked about the medley mode, I talked about the stuff that you unlock.
Tons of stuff.
I think I've pretty much covered Theatrhythm. But yeah, it's really good, really good. Oh, there's one game I haven't played because with so much talk on the podcast about the Mass Effect, I had to play some Mass Effect, and yeah, I've been bitten. So you'll be hearing about it because I continued my FimShips playthrough on PS3, which I've not finished yet, and I was like doing side quests, and I was like, yeah, back in it, Garry's Tally, let's do it, and yeah, Mass Effect, yes. Oh, okay. I had a funny story. So like, it's so funny because like after the podcast, or not the podcast, after the raid, I was like, okay, I'm gonna play Mass Effect. So everybody went to sleep at like 2:30 a.m. I'm like wide awake, and I'm like, dude, what the f? What? Whatever. And then I was like, okay, well, I'll play some Mass Effect. And then because my setup on my TV and my computer is weird to like record crap, I had to like, I was like trying to like change wires and blah 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 and do all this crap. And then, ironically enough, I did not get to play any Mass Effect after the raid because I was like, I can't get it to work. Because like, I was getting the video, but my audio comes out, I don't know where on my TV besides the speakers. And I was like, on my PS4, I can circumvent that with the optical cable, but on my PS3, if I do that, I get static and it doesn't work. So I was like, crap, how do I hook this up with my PS3? So today, after sleeping and coming to my senses, and being in my right mind, I was like, oh, well, my TV has a USB port. Let me just plug in my Turtle Beaches. And it effing worked. And I was like, this is the best TV ever. And I was like, I was speechless. I was just like, did I just plug my Turtle Beach headsets into my TV and I have audio? What the F? That is like, I love you, TV. Just, you're the best. And so now it's like I have audio on all my devices, and everything's cool if I want to like record gameplay from anything. Cause that's why like I was like I could have sworn I had like a workaround for that because I was going to record audio, but then I was like when I was trying to hook it up after the raid, I was like, wait a minute, I think I was going to try to play through the speakers, but it's like 2 a.m. I don't want to turn my TV up and play video games and wake someone up and get in trouble. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just wait until tomorrow to solve this problem. And I solved it, and everything's cool, and I got some gameplay videos, and my Mass Effect playthrough is back. We're back on track, and yeah, Destiny coming for you or something, or whatever, peaceful coexistence or whatever, something, whatever. Pecking away at this as well as some other stuff, but I still need to play The Witcher, so it's like, but then it's cool, because like where I'm at in Mass Effect is like, I'm almost done with like a ton of side quests, and then like it's just story missions, which is like super easy, because it's like there's 3 of them. Because it's, or 4, whatever, if you count Bring Down the Sky, Pinnacle Station, whatever. I guess I'll play through that too, but I forget how, like, it's like, there's, I mean, besides the main story, there's, if you do all the side quests, it's like, there's not that much of the game, so it's like, I'm not almost done, but it's like, I can see myself at the end, like, easily by the end of the month, and then Witcher time, and back to Mass Effect 2 after that, or, I guess, Witcher 1 and 2, and then Mass Effect 2, man, I don't know if I'll be able to get this done before Witcher 3. I guess we'll see. Oh, that rhymed. Huh! But yeah, and then some Project Cars, and then some other stuff. Order 1886. So yeah, I've got stuff to play on top of stuff to play, and I just gotta, like I said, one piece at a time, or whatever it's called. So I really need to look that up. I really need to look that up. I'm going to be saying it all the time. But yeah, Mass Effect is back in my life, and it's funny because I don't have Liara in my party right now, so I can't say anything about her. So, but yeah, I got me tallying. Oh, actually, funny story. So, my theme for this playthrough is the good renegade. So I will be doing renegade stuff, but I will not be like, I don't know. It's weird how I'm gonna play it because I'm like,
you're gonna be nice, but punch people.
I'm gonna do like all the renegade options, but I'm gonna like try to stay away from like if I don't have to kill this person, I will not kill them, but I will still like do the renegade option. So if the renegade option makes me kill them, it's like, whatever, dude. I'm a renegade. F it, and then do it. And then like, well, I'm not a bad person because I do some Paragon options, but or I guess I know I'm gonna do all the renegade stuff, but I don't know. It's like I'm not gonna do like the overtly evil like shoot this dude in the face. I can just like renegade him and be like. That's what I did with Conrad Werner today. Oh, it was delicious. It was delicious. Like when you renegade option Conrad Werner and like, in Fimship's all like, hey Conrad, this is good in your face. It happens to me every day. You can handle this. It's like, oh, Fimship, oh. And then like the first time ever I chose like the renegade thingy after that, and like, you're a joke, Conrad. Or it's like she said something really mean. I was like, oh, Fimship, you bad. Ooh, Fimship. Ooh, Fimship. Why'd you do that, Fimship? And then I felt kind of bad. But I was like, you know what? Fimship's a renegade now because she's a good renegade. So you know. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. And, yeah, back on the Mass Effect train, because it never stops.
I'm curious, because, so, people always say that FemShep is voiced better.
Yep.
Does it still have, like, weird, like, it doesn't quite fit with what the other person is saying, in terms of tone, or, I don't know, like when people are having a conversation, like they're sort of like they match each other. Like, you know, volume is one of those things. One person isn't going to be yelling while the other person is like not yelling. And you know, there are parts with Male Shepherd where it feels like it doesn't. You can clearly tell that they recorded their dialogue separately because they don't quite mesh together into what sounds like a natural conversation. Is it still like that with FemShep?
I would imagine so, but I never really noticed that. So,
Well, maybe someday, or maybe I'll just get the comic and play FemShep. Mass Effect 3.
And then I noticed I didn't have the Citadel DLC for Mass Effect 3, so this is the one where I will go through because that's right, because my Fimship before was like she was just for Mass Effect 2 because there was no Mass Effect 1 before. That's why that's why I had to start over because I was like, I'm not gonna do the Citadel until I get to the end with all my crew, and we can totally reminisce in the party scene like the good old days. That's what it has to be. You guys keep talking about it. It's just like, make me want to play. It's just like, I couldn't. I was like, yeah, dude, this is just like, yeah, the pot overflowed with water on that one because I could not sit through this many podcasts of people talking about Mass Effect and not playing it. But yeah, that is all I've been playing. Take us back in Mass Effect land, yes.
So last week I had that idea about aimless assignments.
Oh, dude, I completely forgot.
We didn't actually do that, so it's okay. But I had another idea.
I almost played Resident Evil 4, and I was like, nope.
I still think it would be kind of neat. But no, the other idea I had, especially this year, it seems like we could have a thing where RPG can judge newly released RPGs, like not even having played them, just like seeing if RPG, you know, RPG Maniac would be interested in this RPG, because it seems like a lot of them are coming out. Like this week, I was looking at what's it called, Criminal Girls Invite Only for PS Vita, and I was like, oh, this is an RPG. I was like, this is something that RPG would play.
Actually, I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that could be a cool segment of the podcast, because this year it seems like there's going to be a lot of those.
There does seem to be, because I keep seeing like localization announcements for stuff.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's good.
So, okay, Criminal Girls, like you almost bought that.
Well, when I first saw, like, I like did research and stuff on it before
Mm.
and everything, and I was like, huh, this is like a dungeon crawler thingy or whatever. But I think the interface for like the game itself kind of like turned me off from it because I don't like how the battles are carried out. So I
Oh,
was
it's
like,
like that old Dragon Quest style, but your characters appear on the sides.
it's kind of, well, no, I'm trying to think of it because there's a game that I played. I kind of forgot the name of it, but it's like it has like all your like the character like their names and stuff on the sides of the screen, and it just has like the portrait of the enemy in your like your field of view kind of thing,
Mm.
and then you kind of just like choose attacks, and it has like I guess like some like limited animation effects for it, but
Mm.
it's not like a lot of stuff going on. So it just it's almost like uh, I don't know. It's like it's kind of hard to I guess describe. But yeah, I forgot because there are other games that are similar to that, but I can't think of them off the top of my head now.
Okay.
And it was one I think on the PS3 too that I had played. And I forgot. Why can't I remember the names of these things? But yeah, I don't like the battle style. Is
Uh,
because like it seemed like an interesting concept, somewhat kind of, but
there's like,
it's
yeah, there's a bound to be controversial. No
well,
one
of
cares about
course
this game system.
that's
um,
always a thing. But it's like but then you like it's rarely like saw by the people who would actually have a problem with it, so they usually
yeah.
don't have a problem. So you never really have that problem. So
They don't
I
know
think
that this
that's like
game exists.
yeah, because I think that was like one of the issues that like when Persona 3 was first coming out and people were like, oh, somebody's gonna say something about the whole shooting themselves in the head to summoner thing, but then it's like the people who would have had problems with it would never even seen the game, so they're
Never
like, so
played
it's like
it.
it's totally fine, it's totally fine. So it all
Yeah,
worked
this
out.
one apparently, and
That
it
is
was
weird
sort of
how that
vague.
works, but whatever. Continue.
It's sort of vague, but like all of the characters are criminals in hell. And so as you're going about questing for, I don't know what the reason is, but they like you don't pick the attacks really. Like they suggest an attack or whatever, and
Yeah.
then you choose among those, like among their suggestions, and then sometimes they won't do what you want, and then there's like a disciplining system or something.
Yeah, it is an
Yeah,
unusual
it is
way to
weird.
play, but yeah. Because when I first heard about it, I was like, oh, this seems like it's gonna be one of those kind of games, isn't it? So, because it's like the same thing with the crap. What the hell's that? The name of that Monster Monpiece? That one. It's like those things
Yeah.
like where it's gonna be like it's like it seems like
There's like a
like a
kind of perverse part of this.
yeah, it's like awkward, but it's like because it's like is this mechanic really is this mechanic necessary? And everything, but it's like what can you do? So
Like, I guess because they were gone for so long, but now that a lot of these types of games are coming back, I was like, oh man, I'm sort of into it. Like, I want to play them. Like, even though they have pretty old school mechanics sometimes, and they aren't the best sort of production quality and stuff. It's like they're like, there was a reason that people liked quirky games like this on the PS2.
yeah.
Hmm. Okay. So yeah, that's basically what I was thinking for this kind of segment. Ask RPG about RPGs. AR AR RR RRs. Aimless RRs.
It's probably one of those games I'd probably end up like getting once it's like on sale or something anyway, just like I did with Monster One Piece, because it's like I'm curious about it, but then at the same time I'm like I'm not curious enough to pay for full price, so I'm like once it gets cheaper maybe I'll check it out and see, but yeah.
Speaking of not
Yep.
full price, Transistor free on PlayStation Plus on PS4 if you don't have it. Just saying.
I saw that. I was like, yay, free stuff. I'm
I
never
saw
gonna have
that
to
and I was
buy
like, I already
games.
bought that. Whatever. At least other people can enjoy it now. And now I feel
Yep.
obligated to play it since it's free. And I paid money, so
to finish it this month.
yeah, it's like I feel obligated to play it now. It's like what the
Now,
after
RPG, did you ever play the Hyperdimension Neptunia games? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
I have not.
Okay.
There is a game made by the same developers that I was interested in, but I forgot the name of that one too. I like forget the name of everything. It's like I should really write this stuff down
They
because
got
like if I
weird names.
they they do. So it's like, huh? I can't remember for the life of me what it was because it's like it had like apparently like a similar battle system, but it was like tweaked a bit or something,
Mhm.
and I don't remember what it was because like I wanted it, but I didn't buy it for some reason. So I don't know what happened with that, and I don't remember the name of it now. So yeah, there is that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's approaching the time when PS3 stuff is going to get really devalued and it's all going to be like when next gen becomes current gen, then last gen's days are numbered.
Yeah.
And it's like when is that point? When is the best time to start hoarding the stuff that's going to be gone really
I'd say
quickly?
it's soon. It's soon.
Yeah, I
12 to
think it
24
feels like
months,
it's soon now.
if not 6 to 12 months.
So I want to go out and find like these weird
I mean, I guess like it'd be as soon
PS3
as like we go
games.
to or E3 happens, and it's like, oh, like, well, I guess that kind of already happened, but it's like, oh, look at all these PS4 games, and there's like no talk of PS3
Mm, yep.
or PS3 versions of games like Shadow of Mordor, which are terrible anyway. But
Yeah, like so a little bit of news, like Borderlands 3 is apparently it
oh yeah, I
exists.
saw that.
It's current gen only.
'Cause they're asking
So
for developers.
yeah, PS3 and Xbox 360, it's coming to a close. A little bit sad, but guess it was gonna happen.
Oh, it's Fairy Fencer F. That's what it was. I was like, why can I not think
Mm.
of that?
So are we in the news or what's going on now?
We're always in the news, Tekken. We're always in the
did,
news.
did anything happen this week?
There
Important.
were, I guess there were like earnings and stuff, and
I saw the thing about
it
GTA
was really
5
bad.
shipping, but it was like shipping, which doesn't mean
Yeah.
sold. It was very, it was a very ridiculous number though, so that was very surprising.
Yeah, it's like I think there was like lots of earnings stuff, and from that people drew inferences like, oh, like there's gonna be some new Rockstar game, and we have no idea what it is. Square Enix has something, and we don't know what it is. And yeah, it's just like it's a lot of that stuff. Not super interesting to me, really.
Actually, doesn't Evolve come out soon as well? I'm actually passing on that though. Cause
Yeah, I'm gonna hold off
I was very
on for
close
now.
on like, cause right now I have Shadow Mordor and Far Cry 4, and they're both dropping like a break in price, and I need to trade them in before they hit bottom. So I was like, I need something to trade these games towards. But I was like, Evolve, so yeah. Not
I hear Dying Light is basically Far Cry 2 with zombies.
I heard it was
Is what
basically
someone
like
said.
Dead Island except different engine.
Uh,
Or if you like Dead Island, you'll like this one because it's kind of the same thing, but with parkour, I guess. 'Cause from what I've seen on
actually,
streams
there was a.
actually, that's like something I've been doing is like looking at streams of like new games I was kind of interested in, but like not 100%. So I was looking at some streams of like Dying Light. I was like, pass.
Ah,
It's like, that's okay.
there was a major thing. Sony
Oh
Online
yeah, they
Entertainment,
sold them.
like Sony sold them to some venture capitalist firm, and now they're called something else.
I think it's something.
Wasn't it like
I
Daylight
think it
something
had
or
a
something?
Daybreak or
C.
something, or yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So they're gonna be multi-platform now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Wow. That sort of changes some stuff. Like people were really excited. I don't know, like it feels like people were more excited about PlanetSide coming to PS4 because it was only coming to PS4. Like DC Universe Online is one of those, and H1Z1 was something like that, and but now multi-platform is like, well, it can be anywhere. Those guys were the EverQuest guys, but then yeah, I guess they haven't really had a huge hit like EverQuest since that. I mean, things have been successful, but not to that extent, it feels like. And then there were all those games like they talked about and then just never came out. There was like that spy game.
Oh, the agency.
The spy MMO. Yeah, that one never came out. H1Z1 is like not getting really positive stuff said about it.
Uh-oh.
Interesting. That's interesting. And Joystick got shut down by AOL. Was that this week? It was pretty recent.
Yeah, it was recent.
It was recently, yeah.
Crazy. It was weird because they just a few weeks ago they announced that they were ditching review scores.
Oh, that's too bad.
And then I was like, yep. And they're also ditching writing.
Ouch.
It's gone. Now I wish I had positive news, but I can't think of any.
That's kind of how the news works.
It's February. That's positive.
It's
Lots of games are
snowing
coming
today.
out.
That's not positive, and it was not supposed to snow. And I looked at all of a sudden I saw a magical 40%, and I was like, "What is that? Yeah, why is it snowing?" And then I looked outside. I was like, "What? It wasn't supposed to snow. Whatever. Go after
When I
yourself."
was in Orlando, it was like I totally lost faith in the precipitation thing. Forecast is like, oh, it says 0%. Like right now, it says the time right now, and it says 0%, and we're out here standing in the rain. Like, and then why is it 10% when it's like, or so that was the most ridiculous. But sometimes like, why is it only like 70% when it's raining? Like, shouldn't it be 100% when you know it's raining?
No, that is not how it works.
Yeah, it was
And when in
basically
doubt,
wrong
it's
every single
always
day.
raining in Florida anyway, so.
Yeah, like I mean, I felt it was totally fine. It's like a trip to Disney would not be complete unless it rained, and I was like hiding in one of the attractions for a little while.
Is that how it usually happens, Nicole? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
I think every single time I've gone anywhere in that area, even like Busch Gardens, which isn't in the immediate vicinity, or like Silver Springs. It's like every time I've gone to one of those, it always rains. Not the whole time, but there will always be like one giant downpour.
Classic Florida.
But it's pretty quick most of the time though. So, although, well, this is the first time I've owned a Disney poncho. Never before. Um, yeah. Look forward to good games and stuff. Because they're coming. And yeah, I think this is just going to be a really short podcast. For the first time in forever.
I wouldn't say really short, Tropical. 90 minutes is pretty average length. Or the goal we aim for but never hit, I should say. The mark we always miss because we're so aimless. Oh, yeah.
I blame all the gaming.
Oh!
Alrighty then.
It's
So I
fun.
guess we'll
That's true.
sign off here. And that'll be that for this week on Aimless Podcast.
Cool. So check us out, aimlesspodcast.com, Facebook page, and Twitter under Aimless Podcasts, I think. Also, YouTube, I think, is Aimless Podcasts. And we're also on iTunes, where it's easy to subscribe. Or so I hear.
Anything to say before we go, RPG?
Video games.
Alrighty, so yeah, like Dr. said, until you see us again, you know where to find us. And come back next week to find out what we've been playing, or not.
Who will finish Mass Effect 3 first this time?
The race to finish the trilogy continues. So yeah, to hear or see from us again, Aimless Babble Z. We're now signing off.